Hey everybody, welcome to What's Up Wednesday. We were having a conversation in our executive group recently, and we were talking a little bit about how to profile in the interviewing and the hiring process. And I know it's a really hot topic right now in business. And yesterday, Melanie Taylor, who's our resource manager, sent an article out to all of us on the Tim Sackett project. Tim Sackett is a blogger, and he has some really cool stuff he puts out, and Melanie follows him, and from time to time she'll send us an article. And this article was what he titled Hi Give a Damn, and he got that term from somebody else, so you can read the article. But it was really interesting because the person that Tim was talking to basically said he hires people who have high give a damn. And I don't really necessarily like the term or relate to the term much, but I understand exactly what he's saying. He's talking about intangible traits that you can see in people. And right now, I think we're struggling, whether you're hiring somebody for a job or whether you're cross interviewing a potential boss when you're looking for a job. It's really important, just like dating, before you marry somebody, finding somebody who you really relate to, who has the qualities that you're looking for. And I think that when we're looking to hire somebody, we want somebody who possesses a certain set of traits and qualities that we can rely upon. And it also seems that that's getting tougher and tougher. I don't want to be negative, but I'm a little bit cynical that it seems that things are changing in a negative way to an extent. So some of the traits of what you would consider a high give a damn person, and then we'll talk about this, is very high attention to detail. These folks tend to live an orderly life. They most likely have a well-kept house that's clean, and they probably make their bed first thing in the morning. They dress fashionably, but also conservatively, so they don't stand out too much. They say the right things at the right times. They can be counted on. These aren't people who are going to ghost you. Their follow through is generally impeccable. They give a shit about stuff that matters. That's according to Tim Sackett, not me. And they have a habit of taking care of their physical and mental state of being. So when you think of this, the first thing that comes to mind for me is I'm thinking of Navy SEAL, right? I mean, those qualities and traits equate to what I would expect somebody in special operations in the military to be like. And oftentimes we hire veterans, and I see many of those traits, which I covet. I like those traits. But some might even argue that some of those traits also represent somebody who maybe has OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. They're very obsessive about certain types of things and being a certain way. And there may not be a direct correlation. I know that some folks who have those traits can be difficult at times too. But in general, when you look at traits of people and qualities in people, I think generally people who have that attention to detail, people who have that high give a damn, are generally going to have the pride and the integrity to do a good job for you. And that's not to say that you're not going to hire somebody who's going to leave down the road, but I think that you're going to hire somebody who, if they leave, they're going to leave the right way. So when you start thinking about interviewing or either side, again, whether you're looking for a job or you're hiring somebody and you want to profile certain traits in people, maybe ask some questions like that. I know that years ago I ran a division of a company where we managed on-site inventories of safety equipment. And when I hired my on-site service coordinators, I was given a series of questions by an executive coach to ask to draw out some of these high give a damn traits. And what I was looking for was somebody who was very obsessive in their organizational detail, because I wanted things neat and orderly at all times. And I wanted them to care so much because if the client ever audited us, I wanted it perfect. And I was able to ask questions that would draw out whether or not the person possessed those traits. At the end of the interview, I would generally walk them out to their car, and I would look in their car to see what their car looked like. If the car was messy and there were hamburger wrappers and empty pop containers and stuff in the car, I wouldn't offer them the job. I wouldn't hire them, just because I felt like they weren't orderly enough for what we were looking for. So I'm not saying that's what we're looking for at every hire, but think about that a little bit. Go check out the Tim Sackett project, and we'll see you next Wednesday.